me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
We all know that Parks and Rec departments are one thing they're very good at is copying what's working in another city and making it their own. Let's go do that. Let's throw the best internship programs across America we have up in neon lights. Let's make it 10 of our 52 shows this year. Everyone will have on YouTube, on our channel, 10 examples of if you want to start an internship program, here's 10 cities. Here's how they did it. Here's the people that are doing it. You can reach out to them if you like, or you can just watch 3 or 4 of the episodes, and then you can just start the process. Welcome to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. We are a media company solely dedicated to the parks and recreation industry, covering all things parks and rec. Our mission is to highlight the essential work that keeps our parks vibrant and our communities connected. Today, we're shining a bright light on an incredibly vital group, the Young Professionals Network. Our Friday shows are exclusively dedicated to these future leaders of parks and recreation. When we talk about young professionals, we're looking at several key categories. This includes those new to the industry in their first 1 to 5 years in Parks and Rec, just getting their bearings straight. It also encompasses college students currently enrolled in programs that lead to parks and recreation. And we're reaching out to directors who run strong internship programs, as these are crucial for bringing new talent into our field. We want to hear your stories, learn what you're experiencing, and showcase best practices in internship programs across America. This show is your platform to connect, grow, and truly impact the future of our communities. Hello, this is Craig LeBlanc, again with the Daily Parks and Rec Show. Our shows on Friday are dedicated to the young professionals of Parks and Rec. And so we've got a lot of stuff happening. This is one of our newer shows. So we're doing a lot of organizations on the back end, having a couple of show guests typically on Fridays. And we've got a lot of exciting stuff happening when it comes to young professionals in parks and recreation. But today's topic really is just going to be on, well, I've got a few I could cover. Well, let me introduce the show a little bit. So this is the Daily Parks and Rec Show. We're a media company solely dedicated to the parks and recreation, parks and rec industry, and that's all things parks and rec. Of course, our flagship show was the Leaderships series, which is now Leaders in Parks and Rec, and that's where directors, assistant directors, superintendents that have had a career in this come on the show. We highlight their story. We highlight, why they do what they do, the agency, the work they're doing, and any area of expertise that they feel like would be valuable to the Parks and Rec community of America. So that was our flagship show. Then we, after asking over 350, 60 phone call interviews that I've had so far just this year, is there an underserved part of Parks and Rec? And they overwhelmingly said, please create any kind of show, channel, content, you name it, for the facilities maintenance. So that helped us launch our second show, which is a Monday through Thursday show on facilities maintenance. And many times the first and second other community that they felt needed a lot of love and attention and help and getting the word out and providing a platform was this very show, which is our Young Professionals Network. And so when I say young professionals, these are the buckets or category of people that are who we're speaking about. So of course, we're talking about if you're new to the industry, first 1 to 5 years in Parks and Rec, you're just graduated college or maybe just coming into this industry from another industry, and you're still trying to get your bearings straight, still trying to understand what it is in Parks and Recreation. So that's a great category for us that fits squarely within this Friday show. This is your show, along with all the other categories I'm getting ready to describe. We will produce a show every week, 12 noon on Friday, for you. So if you fit in any of these categories, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Love to have you on the show. Tell your story, how you got into Parks and Rec. What is the future for you and Parks and Rec look like from your vantage point? So what are the other categories? College students. If you are a college student who is in a school that is giving you a degree that will eventually lead you into Parks and Recreation, we would love to have you on the show. We've had a few of you already on the show. Shout out to Destiny, Alice, and there was who was our first one? I can't remember. It was the first show, but we've had a few on us on as well. So if you are a student, we'd love to have you on the show. Let us know how your classes are going. What are you learning? Um, what type of professors are you learning from? What's their background? How about your classmates? And what got you into Parks and Rec? It's very, we just ask simple questions to basically for you to kind of we set it up for you and you knock it out the park. Basically, just describing your life as a student, and yeah, really cool show there. Also, if you are a director that has a strong internship program, um, we would love to highlight what you do for interns that are in college that can maybe spend a semester either volunteering or paid staff to just come and experience Parks and Recreation first time, either through a summer break, some type of summer program, or maybe even during the school year. We've already been in contact with a couple that are coming on the show and just that, but we want to highlight as many of these internship programs as possible. So call to action, calling all internship programs that you are proud of in your Parks and Rec department. If you are listening to this, or if you know somebody that has something like this, call to action. Please get me in touch with them. We want to throw these strong internship programs that are embedded in Parks and Recreation departments. We want to throw them up into neon lights. They are actually not as common, excuse me, as you would think. You would be assuming wrong if you would think that every Parks and Rec department has an internship program at all, even if it's terrible. Matter of fact, if you have an internship program that you're not so proud of, please reach out to me. I guarantee you are way ahead of it if you have one and this is your first year. Many Parks and Rec programs do not have any internship program that they reach out regularly to you, that they partner with universities. And I believe me, this is coming. Look, I'm not making any judgment here. I am just giving you the data. Do with it as you see fit. I have had many phone calls. Like I said, I think I'm around 365 something phone calls with Park and Rec directors just this year. And when I ask the question, tell me about your internship programs. Are you partnered with a university? Do you get an intern every semester? The majority don't have anything. And so if you have one that you think is terrible, I promise you, you're way ahead of the game. And if you have one that you're even proud of or good, that maybe you're on your third or fourth or fifth year of doing this, we need you to come on stage on this show and tell us how you did it. How did you connect with the universities? What's your rhythm of bringing one for an internship for the first semester, and then uh, you know one for the second semester, third semester, or excuse me, summer program, and then how does it? What are the things that they're doing? A great example is Molly. Um, who is actually the president of YPN this year. She has a really good internship program, and she brought her intern and herself on the show. That is one of the episodes that we had for this Friday edition of the Daily Parks and Rec Show. And so anything like that is exactly what we need. And so again, what we want to do is highlight best practices. And if we're looking for an underserved part of Parks and Recreation, it's the young professionals. Uh, Thanks to NRPA, and that group started the Young Professionals Network, but even that organization is not that old. And many states, shout out to Traps, shout out to Florida, shout out to California, I know are 3 states that have young professional networks at the state level. But many state organizations have not even started their young professionals network as part of it. That being said, we also have a show for facilities maintenance. Many state associations don't have maintenance rodeos that cater to all the people that work in facilities maintenance. So there's a lot of people to be served by our show, by this media company, this network for Parks and Recreation. But young professionals is definitely one of those in that category. So back to who fits in this community of young professionals. Obviously, like I said before, the young professionals, first 1 to 5 years in the industry. College students that are currently enrolled in programs that either are adjacent to or in Parks and Rec directly, whether it's leisure services, sports medicine, something like that, or there are universities that offer very good Parks and Rec degrees that are preparing kids to come into the industry directly. So college students. Now, if you are a professor, a teacher, or a mentor, professor is teaching at the college level. A teacher may be just somebody that's, or a teacher slash mentor would be somebody that just this is what they feel, who they feel called to support. So we need organizers. Shout out to Chad Norton. Great example of exactly who I'm talking about. Somebody that just, when you've got all these missions that you find inside of a community, people say, well, who wants to work with the aquatics people and or helping to organize everything to do with aquatics? And so some people that maybe that's what their thing is, they raise their hand. Same thing when it comes to young professionals. We need people that just want to help out the young professionals to help us organize this show. And it doesn't mean you have to come on the show. It could just mean, yes, I get it. We need to do more about getting the word out among college kids, helping the young professionals as they come in, lifting these leaders up, raising awareness about the industry itself among high school kids that are picking which profession they're going to choose. And I want to throw my hat in the ring there. I want to help organize that. So please, we are taking volunteers and already have quite a few on here, but definitely need more, even if it's just from someone who would help us connect with college students and get them to come on to the show. And it can be in a panel format. It doesn't have to be a one-on-one. It can be like 4 of your classmates that are enrolled in Parks and Recreation at University of fill in the blank. They come on the show, and then we ask them the same question to each 4 of them, and it's very relaxed and laid back. We do an hour podcast. That's a great example of how what I envision. And actually, that exact same scenario is already planned for one show, but we got 52 shows a year for this one narrow piece of content of Parks and Recreation. So just to cover, we've got the first new to the industry, 1 to 5 years. We've got students, we've got mentors, teachers, professors, stuff like that. And then lastly, the one that I started this with is if you have an internship program. So 4 categories. The 4th category is internship programs. If you have an internship program, I'm begging you, please come on the show and tell us how you did it. How long have you been doing it? What's the framework? How did you, are you connected to a university? How did that work? I think that's desperately needed is just for people to show up and say, take it or leave it, whether it's good or bad. Here's what we do when it comes to internship programs. And let's just start highlighting those. And then, of course, if you feel like you have a really good one, we'd love to have you on here as well. But right now, I think just for, again, passing no judgment, just throwing the data out there across America, by my measurement, most Parks and Rec departments don't feel like they have a very strong, if any, thing for interns to come into the industry, and even from a volunteer standpoint. And so now that doesn't mean that we don't have some among us that are doing an outstanding job. And some of those are coming on the show. They're scheduled. It's in the pipeline. I just want to get more of them. I think, from my vantage point of I'm constantly getting the information for the industry. And what do I do with that information? I think one of the things I can do is say, hey, I think we need to speak more about our internship programs. And let's just, at first, if all we can do is highlight the ones that are doing well, for the others to just see that framework. And we all know that Parks and Rec departments are one thing they're very good at is copying what's working in another city and making it their own. So let's go do that. Let's throw the best internship programs across America we have up in neon lights. Let's make it 10 of our 52 shows this year, and then everyone will have on YouTube on our channel 10 examples of if you want to start an internship program, here's 10 cities, here's how they did it, here's the people that are doing it. You can reach out to them if you like, or you can just watch 3 or 4 of the episodes, and then you can just start the process. And anything we can do from the Daily Parks and Rec show to help, I think our biggest contribution we can make is just go finding those great examples and then getting them to come on the show and tell their story, and then housing that story in our digital library for all to access. So a pretty simple model there. We just want to basically pick the target and shoot and let's go. We're off to the races. So that's going to be a great one, I think, is and it's, to me, it's really needed, and it's really easy because um the saddest thing is when we've got some things that are just being done exceptionally well in one corner of the country, and others are trying to follow in their footsteps, but they have no idea they even exist. And so, with a Parks and Rec media company like the Daily Parks and Rec Show, we can go, if you help us, we can go find and highlight through the community in a very organic way. We can go find those examples of things being done well in parks and recreation and get them on the show highlight, and then everyone has free access to the YouTube channel to be able to say, oh, that's what we need to be doing, great idea. Because let's be honest, not everybody can afford to bring their entire staff to the annual conventions of their local state or the national convention. We would all love to, but there's only so much money to go around, and we're already fighting really hard for dollars to be able to get the handful of people that the city manager will sign off for. And so the rest of the community is just, the rest of the department is just at home working, doing their thing, and missing out on a lot of the great wisdom that's shared at these conventions. So a digital play like the Daily Parks and Rec show, and then having very specific shows dedicated to parts of parks and recreation, like um, youth sports mastery, like today's show, um, which young professionals, we can create content for them and we can capture a lot of this stuff. And we can also highlight people that, and maybe if you are going to a show and you are going to be a speaker at the upcoming national event, we can say, and we'd like to welcome so and so to the stage who will be speaking at this convention. Uh, you can go see them in person, but here's a sneak peek. You can hear them live and hear their whole story. So lots of opportunities here with the Daily Parks and Rec show and the kind of stuff we can bring and the value we can bring to the community. Um, and then we've also, I'll take this opportunity to, hold on, let me go ahead and play a little piece of media. This is, um, let's see, YPN intro. Okay, so this is our intro to this very show. Shout out to, believe it was Chris that made this, but I told them today, I said, all right, guys, we've got some very talented digital artists that are working full time with the Daily Parks and Rec show. I said, let's create a little credit roll at the end so that these digital artists that are working tirelessly behind the scenes to create everything that we have can get credit for creating the thumbnail, the video editing, the sound editing, and then we can have like our show guests name, our hosts, any company that sponsored it, links to that kind of stuff. We're going to create like a little, at the end of the movies where you sit down and you watch, there's the guy that did the lighting and the guy that did the stuntman and the main actors. And, so we're going to start doing that just as we grow into a real live media company for this industry. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this. This is an example of some of the work that we've done for the Parks and Rec community. The future of parks and recreation is here, and it starts with you. Welcome back to the Daily Parks and Recreation Show, where we bring you the latest insights, trends, and conversations shaping the world of parks and recreation. Today, we're diving into something that's shaping the future of our industry, young professional networks, or YPN. If you love your job and love the parks and recreation community and are looking to connect with the next generation of leaders, this episode is for you. YPN is where driven, passionate professionals come together to connect, grow, and make a real impact. It's not just about networking, it's about building the future of our communities. Why join YPN? Career growth and mentorship. Learn from the best in the industry. Innovative ideas and collaboration. Be part of the next big movement. Leadership development. Take charge, make decisions, and create change. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your career to the next level, YPN is your gateway to success. From exclusive networking opportunities to cutting-edge industry insights, this is where you build your legacy. Because the future of parks and recreation starts with you. All right, so that was a great little promotion for this very show, and we run that promotion in many of our other shows. We also are starting to work with a couple of sponsors, and we're really looking for partners that believe in the mission of Parks and Recreation, that believe in lifting up the people of Parks and Rec, even before they're at that decision-making capacity, like the young professionals, like in youth sports and stuff like that. And so we're starting to allow partnerships to sponsor us in some of our programming. And so we've actually have somebody that's dedicated now from our staff to just working with bringing on partners that want to serve this community, that want to see it grow, that want to see their message heard, captured in content, and then shared with the rest of the national community of Parks and Rec professionals and departments. So if that's something that you're interested in, I know we've got quite a stable that right now we've just been like, I'm going to save your name. We're getting there. We're getting to a point to where we're going to start accepting partners to help us build this out. So I promise you, I just had a great conversation today at 8 a.m. And so we've got a lot of good stuff. So four partners in the background that we're working on. We just want to make sure we do it right, and we want to make sure we find the right partners that really believe in the mission at the heart of all Parks and Rec professionals. And we want to make sure that they're in line with us serving that community in that way. And so we don't want to just strictly commercialize the Daily Parks and Rec show. The most important thing is to stay on mission, to stay on target, to serve the Parks and Rec community, and really to help them serve who they're serving, because the Parks and Rec community is a service-led organization. These are public servants. I mean, literally the definition of a municipal employee, a government employee, is a public servant. These are stewards of probably the most gorgeous, pristine, and expensive piece of real estate portfolio on planet Earth. When you think of all the heart of some of our best cities and all of our communities, is the park. And these are the people that are put in charge of that. And then the people that are served on this real estate portfolio are, seniors, are families, are children and babies on playgrounds, moms and little kids when they're learning how to play sports for the first time, in addition to weddings and family reunions and special events and you name it. That's all happening in service to the community. And so, their mission is to serve the community. Our mission is to serve the public servants that are serving the community. So we want to make sure that our partners are in line with helping us serve the servants who are serving the communities. I don't know, that's a big mouthful and stuff, but if this sounds like something you want to be a part of, um, we are getting to you, and please reach out to me or Sherry, and we'll be able to help connect y'all as we start to onboard and bring on some partners that can really help propel this thing into something kind of like I said before, we're building the ESPN of sports, but it's going to be for Parks and Recreation, an entire media company just for Parks and Recreation. Um, so we'll be putting that together. And a great example is my co-host, who does phenomenal work and has been working in this industry for 40 years with youth sports. And this is a little commercial for his company, but he also helps me host this Thursday show called Youth Sports Mastery. I have a sports background, so we both have extensive coaching and sports background, and I knew this was going to be one of the shows that I was so excited about making. I did not expect to launch our Thursday show, Youth Sports Mastery, which let me show you the logo real quick. Um, mm, Media, hold on, it's still working here. Yeah, so that's our Youth Sports Mastery logo. That's our Thursday show, and it's all about youth sports. And especially at the community level, where it's just, not necessarily working with your D1 athletes or future professional athletes, but really just the little kid who just needs to learn how to play soccer and learn how to socialize and learn how to push his little body because he's never really been in a sport before. And so it's kind of that level, those coaching moments where we're really imparting the wisdom of a generation to the next on the sports field. And so this is National Academy of Athletics with my co-host Aaron Locks. Here's a little piece I'll play for him, and we'll come back and talk about that afterwards.
Essentially, the coordination and the mission and the collaboration of the curriculum that you're teaching the coaches, it's a mixture of everything that sets National Academy of Athletics apart from other franchises or other youth sports programs. We did our research and we know what's out there. Whether we played it, we did it. We've done every league that you can think of. We've put them in every kind of camp you can think of. There is really nothing like this in our territory. And so the systems are 100% part of it.
And you want to have a major impact on your community, we're the right franchise for you.
Yeah, so as an example, Aaron has a company that's a great partner for us because number one, he helps me host the Thursday show and helping to bring all of his contacts in athletics from some of the greatest coaches, current and former professional athletes, and some of the best program directors in athletics across America. He's helping me to organize that Thursday slot, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And he's also contributing to help build the network of the Daily Parks and Rec show. And so that's kind of that model is kind of what we're looking for is people that believe in the mission of Parks and Recreation and want to kind of get behind it and help push it to grow the media company that will help tell their story and represent it. And then also helping some of the more marginalized communities like the young professionals who are just getting started. We're talking about 21 to 23, 25-year-olds that are just coming into the workforce, just coming into the industry and need help to kind of get their bearings straight. And we kind of give them a little community, an online community and a place for their content, which is this show right here, the 12 noon Friday slot is forever going to be designated for young professionals. Okay, so that's really all I have for y'all today as an update. Still don't forget, please, the call to action. If you have an internship program for college kids to come experience working inside, paid or unpaid, but to experience working inside your Parks and Rec department, please reach out to me. Even if you know of somebody that does this or you came from a former, maybe someone you used to work for has a great internship program, help me get in touch with them. I would love to highlight what they're doing on this show. It's something that's needed, and it's something that's not being done to the scale and scope that you would think it would be. So I think this is something we can highlight as far as people that are doing it well. All right, so that's all I have for today. Let me set my outro, which I should have done before. I think it's just becoming a habit now. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go run the facilities maintenance show to close it out. So the outro will be promoting our Monday through Thursday show, facilities maintenance at 10:30 a.m., all for facilities maintenance. So if you are in facilities maintenance and you're a superintendent or you're a professional, let's say a certified arborist, or kind of this is your part of the Parks and Rec industry, you're welcome to come on the show. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. We'd love to have you as a guest. Tell us what you're doing. We're just really going to talk shop. So love what you guys are doing. All right, guys, y'all have an awesome weekend. This is Craig LeBlanc, the doorman, signing off for our Friday Young Professionals Network, 12 noon every Friday. And I will see y'all on Monday. Love you guys. Bye. Welcome to the Daily Parks and Rec Show, where we highlight the essential work that keeps our parks and facilities thriving. From local ball fields to multi-use athletic complexes, field maintenance ensures every space is safe, ready, and welcoming for play and community events. Facility maintenance is the backbone of operational excellence, ensuring that recreation centers, playgrounds, and shared spaces are functional, clean, and built to last. Behind the scenes, equipment maintenance keeps vital tools and machinery in peak condition. At the core of future forward thinking is sustainability management, integrating green practices that reduce environmental impact and enhance long-term resource stewardship. Facilities maintenance is more than routine upkeep. It's strategic, essential, and foundational to building healthy and resilient communities. This is the Daily Parks and Rec Show, honoring the professionals who keep our spaces running and our communities strong.